Namaste, Namaskaram, Vanakkam, Namo Namaha, Jai Ganesha. Please visit our website at classicalyoga.org. And please stand up for the Hindu, yoga, religious, spiritual, scientific, philosophical lifestyle. So today is the arbitrary New Year's Day, but is not every moment the beginning of a new year? Every day a birthday? Of course, we appreciate these specific days throughout the calendar year. But remember that we're living in this moment, and that's already gone. Now, we use the past and we use the future to hopefully not make the same old mistakes and to plan for the future, but we're always living in the moment, are we not? Now, remember, it is the monotheistic mindset, linear mindset, the mindset of simply the mind as we know it, that gets infatuated with past and present and future, focusing mostly on the past and the future, while neglecting to stop a moment and realize that every moment is the present moment. So we learn from the past, this is logic, and in our present moment, which is now gone, in the next present moment, we hopefully have learned how to create a better future by correcting our mistakes. So as Hindus, we need to seriously ask ourselves, is this going to be truly a new year? We have the opportunity every moment to set goals and then use our willpower to accomplish them. Now notice that we always say, Happy New Year, Happy Birthday, Happy Father's Day, Happy Mother's Day. We never say Sad New Year, Sad Birthday, Sad Father's Day, Sad Mother's Day, Unhappy Mother's Day, Unhappy Father's Day, Unhappy New Year. So we as humans know that we seek happiness. Now the Saiva Hindu Guru Patanjali, in his classic Yoga Sutras, gave 3 simple remedies: Maitri, Karuna, Mudita. Be friendly, be compassionate, and you will be happy. Maitri, Karuna, Mudita. Think of the opposite. If we're unfriendly, if we're lacking compassion, we won't be happy, and those around us will not be happy either. And we all know that this body, mind, and emotions are ever changing. Just look into the past. Look at a picture of yourself 20, perhaps 30, 40, 50 years ago. Same you, but not the same you. The body has changed, so has the thought process. Perhaps the emotional nature, too, has become either more refined or less refined. Here's how we learn from the past to create a happier future, a happy new year. This is what Hindus call the law of karma, or karma yoga, the first yoga. And karma is the Hindu understanding of the natural, scientific law of cause and effect. However, with the important caveat that it's all about the either advancement or retardment, if you will, of the realization of one's inner essence, or this Atmana. So what is this Atmana? This Atmana is a pure experience of pure existence, Sat, pure consciousness, energy, sound energy, light energy, Chid, and heat. No heat, no life as we know it. And this heat transposes into the human emotion of love. Is not love a warm experience as opposed to being a cold or frigid person? Hence the Sanskrit Hindu word Sat Chit Ananda. Pure existence, pure consciousness, pure energy, sound energy, light energy, heat, and the inner experience of bliss or love, Satchit Ananda. As Hindus, we would say in English, love, light, and energy, this are we with emotions, mind, and body. This is the very essence of the Hindu yoga dharma. Tat tvam asi, that thou art. We are this inner essence, the Atmana, with a body, mind, and emotions. So here's how we can understand ourselves and others in general, but then also importantly, respect the specifics. We are each a specific being, and interestingly, we're only one, obviously, of about 8 billion other human beings, to say nothing of the animal world, which some estimate the number to be 20 quintillion, which is 20 billion billion. Google. Hence, it makes a great deal of sense to take our lives seriously, but not too seriously. Taking our life seriously is the logical and responsible attitude of simply, profoundly recognizing who we are, what we do, our specific occupations, specific religions, our many paths, or to Hindus, margas, in life. This is what we Hindus would call your sva-dharma, figuring out your personal journey, while also respecting that there are many common journeys, such as the various professions of the world, the various religions of the world. If we look at the analogy of a mountain with its many paths, our goal is to reach the top, but how we get there can be very diverse. We could follow an established path, if you will, or we could create a brand new one. However, if we simply jump from path to path, we really will never get to the top. So in life in general, we may hack our own way up, and that's fine. Many people are staunch individualists. But we may follow many established traditions, paths. This could be professions, this could be the religions of the world. But obviously, at some point, if we want to reach the top, we have to adhere to one of these paths and follow it through all the way, certainly if we ever attempt to teach anybody else. This wisdom can be brought home by the simple acronym NAT. One's way in life, but let's focus on religion, because that's where we find a lot of goodness and badness, if you will. A lot of peace, a lot of violence. Because all religions are created by humans, we have to admit that. And we humans do some great things, and we do some horrible things. But using this NAT principle, realize that your way in life is not the way. That's the pure, if you will, fundamentalist attitude. Nor is it the other extreme of no way or all ways, which essentially turns out to be the same thing. This is the extreme of New Age universalism, if you will. But there is a middle ground, a balance in the middle, of respecting that your way is a way. It's not the way, and it's not no way or all ways. This wisdom would go a long way to helping to eradicate much of the unnecessary violence in the world. So our beliefs are paramount, for from our beliefs come our attitudes and the resultant actions. Be very wary of anyone who says we have or I have no beliefs. You can be sure that you're being programmed into the beliefs of the person saying that. We all have beliefs. We all have faith. But we don't want to stay in the initial stages of both of those. Belief is really the beginning of the scientific process. That's a hypothesis, an assumption. We all have those. But we want to carry them through to time and testing to pretty much a solid conviction. So too with faith. Faith begins as hope, and we all have hopes. Come on. When you enter into a relationship, you don't know. You have hopes about the person you're with. But through time and testing, you more or less develop a guarantee, if you will. Hindus would call this a visivas. In a sense, you now breathe easy because through time and testing experience, your hope and faith in that person has turned into pretty much a guarantee of how they'll be, how they'll act and react. Speaking of action and reaction, that sound you heard in the background, that's our little Ashram Bahana or cat, Kuchnavi, little nine, little mother, who is enjoying this moment and just playing. Note too, the soul nature, the Atma nature, if you will, of our pets. They exhibit this pure energy, living in the moment, pure love, pure light. And remember that light is not merely referring to the outer light, but the light within us, and also the feeling of lightness, as opposed to heavy, down, depressed. The Atmana. This is a belief that through time and testing and through logic and reasoning turns out to be a conviction. Never forget, we are that inner essence of love and light and energy, which specifically now, to respect the Hindus, this is called the Atmana of Satchit Ananda. Jyoti Shakti Ananda Shanti. Love, light, and energy, Om, this are we with emotions, mind, and body in general. Remember to always respect the difference between generalities and specifics. This is a mistake that we often make. So it behooves us to continue to educate ourselves, or ed-me. ED, abbreviation for education, and me, ed-me. In other words, in life in general. Here's a formula. Seek to the best of your ability to be ethical and honest. Be fully devoted to the person, the task at hand. Then take it a step further with deep concentration. And if you keep up this process, you will achieve the ongoing experience of success, or we could say enlightenment. In other words, in light we're meant to be, the inner illumination, the feeling of lightness, of accomplishment. A wonderful formula, the ed-me formula, that you can apply to everything you do in life. And certainly in the religions of the world, we see this. They all start with an ethical code of conduct. They have their devotions, and then their individual meditations, which simply means to concentrate. But in the religious realm, this is more contemplation, as we contemplate the inner spirit in general, Atmana to the Hindus, to the ongoing experience of enlightenment, if you will. Hindus call this samadhi, kaivalya, moksha. So here again, we can appreciate life in general with the ed-me formula and then respect the differences. For example, this ed-me formula is specifically found in the Hindu yoga Dharma in the form of the classic yogas: Karma Yoga, Hindu ethics; Bhakti Yoga, Hindu devotions; Raja Yoga, Hindu meditations, contemplations. And keeping up this process results in the ongoing experience of Jnana Yoga, or Jnana Yoga, enlightenment. Now it is imperative, if we wish to have a rather successful life, to always respect our teachers. Respect where they teach, respect the teachings, and then be self-motivated. Do our homework, if you will. Think about life in general. Our first teachers are our parents, whom we should respect. And we should respect where they teach, the home. Take our responsible place in the home, do our chores. And we need to listen to the wisdom, the instruction given to us by our parents, and then follow through and be a self-motivated individual. Do our homework, if you will. Look how this process, which we could call the gas process, which we'll see specifically in a moment, how this is carried through in the Hindu yoga Dharma. But this process of always respecting your teachers, where they teach, the teachings, and doing your own homework. This proceeds as we go to school, on-the-job training. Respect your teachers, respect where they teach, respect the teachings, and do our own homework. This is the way to relative success in life, because just think of the opposite. if we fail to respect our teachers, parents, teachers, clergy, if you will, employers, if we don't respect the home, the school, the buildings in where we work, supporting them, and if we don't do our own homework and follow the teachings, right, well, then that's a recipe for disaster. So in Hinduism, this is what we call the Guru, Ashram, Shastras, and Sadhana. Hindu teachers are called gurus. Where they teach are ashrams and temples and mandirs. And the teachings in general are shastras. And then doing your own homework, your own personal effort, that's your sadhana. So again, respecting generalities and specifics. For Hindus, guru, ashram, shastra, sadhana. And we can see that it is the adherence to these four that will produce either success or failure. Good gas, if you will. O2, oxygen. Healthy gas. Carbon monoxide, unhealthy gas. This acronym was actually inspired by an article written by an Indian Hindu author, O.P. Gupta, who boldly stated, and honestly, that his fellow Hindus suffered from genetically acquired slavery syndrome. So then this is our New Year's message to all the Hindus. Stop being cowards. Stop being thieves. First and foremost, recognize who you are. You are Hindus. You're not Christians. You're not Muslims. You're not Buddhists. You're not Jain, Sikhs. These are your fellow brothers and sisters on the planet to be respected, but respect who you are as a Hindu. And anyone who truly respects their self and others and their group will protect that. One will not allow oneself to be violated, nor their family and friends, nor their religion. Others may steal and co-opt. And by keeping silent, one is also engaged in this theft. Hindus have to be honest and face the facts that for millennia, so much of the Hindu yoga dharma has been pilfered, stolen from, because of the cowardice of many Hindus, and or a very blind universalism. In other words, in a very passive-aggressive manner, many Hindus pay lip service to the various religions of the world, and without full disclosure, in their minds, assuming an air of superiority that, yes, we have the original religion and all of you are merely manifestations of us or our deity, if you will. Again, to our Nat principle, this is simply the other extreme from the pure fundamentalist into the fundamentalist universalist. This has manifested in today's massive, spurious yoga movement. Think of the statement, Jesus is for everybody. How about yoga is for everybody? Is there any difference there? They're both fundamentalist and fundamentalist universalist mindsets. Remember, the balance is in the middle of a way. Not the way, and not no way or all ways. But to achieve this balance, and it's very tenuous, because we may achieve balance for a few moments and then fall off to the side, if you will. Think of those gymnasts on the balance beam, striving for a perfect 10. But to find this balance in the middle, we have to live life. This is the passion. For without passion, there can be no compassion. Remember the Saiva Hindu Guru Patanjali's profound formula, Maitri Karuna Mudita. Be friendly, be compassionate, and you will be happy. It takes a lot of maturity to be friendly. Takes a lot of maturity, a lot of lifetimes perhaps, to develop compassion, having passionately lived life through its joy and sorrow, all of the successes and the failures, the many attempts at success, the repeated failures and mistakes. But we must passionately live our life in order to develop that compassion. So let this be our New Year's resolution, our new day resolution, our new moment resolution. To be Maitri Karuna Mudita, be friendly, compassionate, and seek happiness, to truly have a happy new year, a happy birthday. So be proud to be a Hindu. As we often quote, I've got a dot on my head, and it's really, really red. It's a bindu because I am a Hindu and I am proud to be a Hindu. What about you? And I do yoga because it is Hindu. Karma bhakti hatha is too. Rajagyana, it's all yoga. It's all Hindu. It's not bhoga. That's being honest with ourselves and others. And then, mature Hindus will send out general blessings to all people. Why not? There are fellow human beings on the planet to be respected for who they are, what they do. So we often end our gatherings of the ongoing search for truth, our satsangs, with saying Sarvesham Svastir Bhavatu. May all have an auspicious life. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May all find peace in life. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May all have a full life. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May all have a tranquil life. And remember, we're all in this together. Why not seek to help each other? Find your internal compass, your GPS. Gratitude, persistence, sacrifice. Say to yourself, I can do this. Who can I help? And always begin with thank you, dhanyavad. Gratitude, thank you. Persistence, I can do this. Sacrifice, sacred doing, who can I help? Thank you, I can do this. Who can I help? That's the way to gain a firm internal moral compass, if you will. So help each other, especially those that are sick and suffering, and try to see beyond the petty mental and emotional thoughts and feelings that often trap us. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. And then turn the gaze back in on yourself, never forgetting that when we leave planet Earth, we don't take anybody with us, nothing, no possessions, nothing. Only what we've gained from the inside. So continue to go from untruth to truth. Be bold. Be willing to ask questions. Be willing to admit when we are ignorant in many areas of life. Asato ma sadgamaya. As we go from a humble admission of our lack of knowledge, ignorance in many areas of life, to the ongoing state of enlightenment we're meant to be. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Never forgetting that internal essence of all of us, that love and light and energy, that nectar, if you will, of bliss within. Mrityorma amritam gamaya. And seeking peace. But always remember that peace is not merely the absence of conflict, but it has to be the presence of justice. Peace, peace, peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Have a happy, joyous, prosperous, blessed new year, new day, new moment. And to all the Hindus, Jai Ganesha. Stand up for the Hindu, yoga, religious, spiritual, scientific, philosophical lifestyle. Namaste, namaskaram, vanakkam, namo namaha. And hoping you have a wonderful, blessed new year. And if you've enjoyed our many podcasts over the year concerning religion, spirituality in general, and the all-important understanding of the Hindu yoga, religious, spiritual, scientific, philosophical lifestyle. If you've enjoyed our podcast, please consider helping us out. You can go to our website at classicalyoga.org, and there's a donate button there, and our email there and phone number in case you need to use another means of donation. So we appreciate that. Thank you, and we'll keep up the work for the Dharma and be strong in the Hindu yoga Dharma, just like Ganesha is. Stand up for the Dharma. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.